It started on a quiet Saturday morning. I was fixing the fence on the backside of my property when the HOA president marched up my driveway without knocking or asking. Clipboard in hand, she declared that she needed access to inspect my yard and outbuilding for supposed violations. I calmly told her no. My property deed was crystal clear. My land was not within HOA jurisdiction. She had no authority here. But instead of leaving, she puffed herself up and barked, "You will let me in, or I'll call the police." I almost laughed. I wasn't about to let a power-hungry neighbor invade my privacy, so I stood firm and told her she was trespassing. That's when she pulled out her phone and dialed 911, dramatically telling the dispatcher that I was blocking her from performing HOA duties. 10 minutes later, two patrol cars rolled up. She waved them over like reinforcements. The officer stepped onto my porch, and I handed them a neatly organized folder I kept ready for moments like this: property deeds, county maps, and a notarized letter confirming I was not under the HOA's authority. The cops flipped through the papers while she ran into their shoulders, insisting that I was a problem homeowner. Finally, one officer looked up and said, "Ma'am, this property isn't under your HOA. You have no right to be here." Her face drained of color. She sputtered, tried to argue, but the officers had heard enough. They warned her that if she stepped foot on my land again without permission, she could be charged with trespassing and harassment. The silence that followed was sweeter than any victory speech I could have given. The HOA president stormed off down my driveway, humiliated, with the officers watching her leave. My neighbors, who had gathered across the street, saw the entire thing unfold. By sundown, word had spread through the neighborhood that the mighty HOA president had been put in her place. For me, the lesson was simple: never let someone bully you out of rights you legally own. Paperwork and proof are stronger than threats and noise. And that day, the HOA's grip on my neighborhood cracked a little more. Stand your ground, your property, your rules, not theirs.